Hello and welcome back to the garden. It's now mid-March. I haven't done a garden tour for a while, so I thought I'd take the opportunity while the sun shines out to have a quick walk round. We're in the front garden today. You'll have to excuse the traffic noise if you can hear it. I thought we'd take a look at my old friend, the Fatsia odorata. Look at it, wonderful, wonderful palm. I brought this with me when we moved house about 3 years ago. It was a bit of a task, but it's been in. It's now been through another winter. It's looking fine. There's new growth in the middle, slightly off colour. You get that in the spring because all palms have a job taking up nutrients early in the season. Once the ground warms up and the nutrient uptake increases, they'll go the lovely grey blue colour with the rest of the leaves. But yes, it's settled in well and it looks resplendent in its new place. I also have a bit of lower planting of spiky things coming on. Anyway, that's enough of the front. Let's go and take a look in the back garden and see how things are developing. In the back garden here, you'll have to excuse, I've still got building work and changes going on. Believe it or not, that's a circular patio there waiting to go down. Should go down in the next few weeks, hopefully. We have gunner here. It was in the ground. I lifted it earlier. I've had a bit of a change down the end of the garden and it wasn't really thriving where it was, to be fair, so I'll put it in this large pot. Whether it'll stay here or not, or whether it'll get too big, we'll see as the year goes on. Anyway, here we go, round the garden. It's a lovely sunny day today, but don't be fooled. There was frost on my car windscreen this morning, so we're still getting cold nights. I think the main thing to say about this winter is it's been wet, very, very wet. Probably not the best year to test the new arid bed, really. I've tried not to protect. The idea is to grow up without too much protection. Some, especially for the first year or so, I can put up with. As you can see, I've used these clear plastic pots. To be fair with these, I left them uncovered most of the winter before I put them on. I should have put them on a bit sooner, but that's easy to say with hindsight. As you can see, there is some. I'll just lift it off. There is some damage there, but they're still alive and hopefully they'll make a comeback. The agaves you can see in front of you have had no protection at all. They've been under snow and constant rain and they're still looking remarkably well. I think it's Montana on the left there, and Ovatifolia here. Both lovely agaves, both said to be hardy, and if how wet and cold this winter's been is anything to go by, they could prove to be so. I think the lowest we had this year is -6 on 2 occasions. I say that broadly because my weather station, it got so cold that the batteries packed up, so I'm not absolutely sure, but we definitely had -6 on a couple of occasions and it was very, very wet. In fact, we're still getting rain now. We'll do some more tomorrow. But yes, so agaves are looking good. Other things are looking good. The Brahair palm is looking fantastic. What else do I have to show you? I have so this is a small Fatsia odorata, same as is planted out the front. There's some changes afoot. I'm going to have a big new bed down the end of the garden once I mark the lawn out. The bananas are now uncovered. There's some tentative signs of growth on the top there, very tentative. The smaller pups haven't fared so well. They're slightly mushy. I have cut them back. I may need to cut them back a bit further yet. The snow caught me by surprise, so I didn't have any protection on them. The usual story, too little too late, but I'm confident they'll recover. Butiagrius. This had a small plastic greenhouse over it in the winter, just to keep the worst of the weather off. The leaves were tied up and it was inside there. It had a zip up front that I opened on milder days just to let the air in, and it looks well, to be fair. The middle looks fine. There's a new leaf emerging. There is some brown into the leaves here, but they were leaves it came with, and they're always a bit more tender than British grown leaves, I think is the best way to put it. The new leaves that grows when in position are more adapted to our climate. This was probably either in a tunnel or grown in a warm climate, so the leaves don't stand much of a chance. But I'm confident once they're removed later in the year. I won't remove them now, because the way I look at it is, while you still have green on the leaves, they're feeding the palm. They look slightly unsightly, but I can live with that. Let's have a wander down this way. Fatsia, looking fine. Trachycarpus, camellia is now flowering. Tentative signs of growth on the tetrapanics. The ferns are still looking good. Add to the evergreen structure of the garden in the winter. I will put a few more of those in yet. In fact, I have further up. Mahonia, soft caress, is fine. Schiffelia rhododendrofolia is fine, untouched. Another builder's bag full of soil. There's anyone who has tried to develop a garden will know you just chase piles of soil around the garden, really, by moving them from one place to another. Tree ferns doing well, no real damage. Fronds are still green, which I'm surprised about after having 2 nights of -6. A new cordyline is planted in here from B&M, an absolute bargain. £37.50 I think for a plant that size as a steal, to be fair. Some more young ferns planted in there that will fill out nicely underneath. A really chunky tree fern I have here, no damage at all. The larger one unfortunately gets the wind in the winter and the fronds become somewhat battered, but they're still green, they're still doing the thing. I've had a little feel in the crown and I'm sure I can feel some crosias in there, so that should be good to go before long. Now, this is Fatsia green fingers, I think. This is the micro propagated one. Look at it, all brown and horrible. Now, I would say, oh, that's wind burn, or that's wind damage, or it's dried out, but I don't think any of them apply. If we walk back this way for a moment. This is a very similar plant, but this is Fatsia Polycarpa Edward Needham form, and as you can see there is some browning of the leaves, which I'd expect because I took the full force of the winter. Lower down where it's protected the same as the other one, the leaves are basically fine, so maybe the clone isn't as good as the original. If we look really carefully here, I don't know if you can see, I appear to have some berries that are setting on here. If I can get them before the birds do, I might actually try planting some of those and see what comes up. Anyway, back to the tour. Jubaya palm waiting to go into the new bed when it's dug. This is a lovely little palm that's actually started to put on some good growth now. If I can get you in here. It's now got a nice sturdy little trunk. That's some Trachycarpus fortunei cross princeps, which has the lovely silver underneath to the leaves, which I think that's going to be a stunning little palm, or a stunning big palm once it gets going. European fan palm. I moved this when I moved as well. It's getting a load of growth in the middle now, so I'm more happy. I was worried about it, but I'm more happy now that that's taken fine. It's sulked for the last 2 or 3 years, but it appears to be on the mend now. I don't think you've seen this one either since my last tour. New Trachycarpus over the back there. Obviously the greenhouse is still stuffed with plants waiting to go places. I won't dwell in there too long because that's a bit full, to be fair. But here we are. Loads of plants, cannas, all sorts, all waiting to go out. Euphorbia there, I really like that, the lovely purple colour. Sets the other plants off a treat. Over the back there we have Pseudopanax doing well. I think that one is chainsaw. Let's see if I can get that chainsaw. Ferox. So yes, that's a quick tour of the garden in March. I'm quite pleased with ours coming on. I have plans afoot. The lawn is going to change. I have plans. Some people draw plans on paper. Mine are in my head. I find it easier to work like that. There's going to be a circular lawn and a half circle and a new bed in here. And we walked past the circular patio earlier. They're still in kit form, lying there. That is going to fit in down the end here. So plenty of work to carry out in the garden as the season progresses, and more plants to plant. But for now, that was a quick tour of the garden mid-March 2026. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate everyone who subscribes. It helps the channel grow. And thanks for looking in. Join me again soon at Heathcroft Garden.